All right, let's jump right into this. For what feels like forever, the big conversation around AI and software has been stuck on one question. Is it going to replace developers? But honestly, that's not the interesting story. What we're looking at today is a total revolution in how software gets built, not who builds it. Welcome to the Agentic era, a time where AI is an autonomous partner, an agent, not a replacement. So let's just get this out of the way right up front and put it to bed. AI is not going to replace developers. Period. Because this is where things get really interesting. The real target for AI isn't the person sitting at the keyboard, it's the process. It's all the slow, clunky, frustrating stuff that has bogged down big projects for decades. That's what AI is coming for. To really get what's happening, we have to identify the real villain here, the true enemy of speed. And it turns out, the thing that's going to separate the fast teams from the slow ones in the next couple of years, well, it has a name: architectural friction. And this idea, it just completely reframes the whole problem, doesn't it? It's not that your team isn't talented enough, it's about all the invisible hurdles and roadblocks they have to deal with every single day. You can think of it like organizational cholesterol, just clogging up the arteries of development. And here, you can see exactly what that friction costs. It's brutal. For years, we've just sort of accepted this 70% development tax. That's all the repetitive, non-creative grunt work: setting up environments, writing boilerplate code, doing compliance checks. Think about that. 70% of the time is spent not solving the actual business problem. It's just dark matter. So this is where we see the big fork in the road. You've got legacy speed teams who are still stuck manually wading through all that dark matter. But the high-velocity teams, they're using AI to just vaporize that friction. It lets them focus purely on the intent, the what and the why, not the tedious how. So how exactly are they doing that? Well, it all starts with something called the autonomous loop. And this is the first massive game-changing shift. The autonomous loop is completely redefining the fundamental unit of work for a developer. We've got to move past thinking about simple code completion. That's old news. We are now talking about AI agents that can take a simple requirement, like a ticket in Jira, and then, on their own, explore a huge complex code base, figure out the best way to make the change, and submit a complete pull request. It's the entire work cycle automated. This whole idea is so important, it gets its own term: agentic intent. We're not measuring productivity in lines of code anymore. That's over. The new unit of work is the whole shebang, the successful end-to-end completion of an entire requirement. This is way more than an evolution. It's a total redefinition of developer work. Okay, so if these AI agents are so incredibly powerful, what's fueling them? What's the secret sauce? Well, that brings us to our next big idea. We have to stop thinking about just writing clever prompts and start thinking about something much bigger: context engineering. I absolutely love this metaphor. A generic LLM, like the ones we all play with online, is basically a brilliant intern. It's super smart, but it has no idea how your company works, what your coding standards are, or why that weird legacy system is built that way. But an AI that's been given your internal context, now that's like a staff engineer. It knows the rules, it knows the history, because it's been trained on your playbook. So here's the bottom line, the big takeaway. All that internal documentation that maybe, we've all put on the back burner, it's not just a dusty reference anymore. It is now the literal instruction manual for your AI workforce. Suddenly, your high-quality, up-to-date docs are a massive strategic advantage. They have effectively become your most valuable code. Of course, this raises a huge question, right? If AI agents are handling the entire work cycle, what on earth happens to our most experienced developers? Well, their role isn't going away. It's not even shrinking. It's actually getting elevated. They're becoming the governors, the architects of these new, powerful systems. This table just nails the transformation. The game is no longer about who can write the cleverest line of code. The primary value of a senior developer is now their wisdom. It's their ability to guarantee the architectural integrity of the whole system, to review AI-generated code with a deeply critical eye, and to be the ultimate guardian of quality. So when we pull all of this together, these autonomous agents, the power of your internal context, this new role for senior talent, it all points to one final, really challenging idea. The biggest roadblock ahead, it isn't the technology anymore. Look, that question's been answered. It's done. Yes, AI can code. For a massive number of tasks, it can code faster and more consistently than any human ever could. That debate is over. The real question is much, much closer to home. And really, that's what this all comes down to. The challenge isn't whether you should adopt AI. It's whether your culture, your processes, and your mindset are ready for a world where the speed of development is about to go into hyperdrive. Is your organization actually built to move this fast?